Hello, my dear Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising sign Libras. I am Michaela. Welcome to my astrology channel, Todayenergy, and this is a monthly astrological forecast for you for the upcoming month of July. I think July will be quite engaging and active month. The planet Mercury, which was last month retrograde and stationary and slow, now it's moving very fast through the zodiac signs, through the sky, hence it makes a lot of aspects to other planets, so that is very much mentally stimulating to travel, to discover, to meet people, communicate, learn, and so on. Also, this month we will collectively feel the tough energy, kind of like a push from Pluto. Pluto is active. And at the very end of the month is the big action, because once again is triggered this aspect on the sky, which was very much present in our lives the whole 2021. I'm talking about the square between Saturn and Uranus. In a very general overview, Uranus is about progress, future, is this quantum leap into next level self-development, independence, freedom, and Saturn is delays, time, obstacles, hard work, having doubts, owning something to the government, to the older generation, restrictions, and so on. So each person, of course, in different areas of life will experience this more or less, in a bigger or lesser extent in 2021, and for the last time Saturn and Uranus will square each other this autumn. Okay, so whatever you feel now at the end of July, or whatever happens in your life, don't worry, it might be a bit like crunchy, but the final resolution, decision, outcome will happen already, more likely will happen at the end of the autumn. Yeah, and at the end of the month, Jupiter also is retrograding, so let's see what will that bring. But let's start from the beginning. On the 2nd, we have the square of two quite aggressive planets. Mars in Aries in your 7th house squares Pluto in Capricorn in your 4th house. Of course, Pluto might feel like aggression, might feel like control, usually by some community or institution, but in this case maybe it's your parents, maybe it's your homeland, maybe people want documents from you for your visa or from your residency, and Mars in 7th house is your partners, and they're very passionate, ambitious. So there is this kind of action. Maybe your parents don't like your partner, or vice versa. Maybe your partner does not support your relocation plans, or you want to sell your old property, but you are dealing with lawyers and clients and so on, and there might be a bit of tension. Now, of course, if we keep a cool head, and here the same day, Mercury in Gemini, very happy in his own sign, trines Saturn in Aquarius. That's a very structured approach, thinking, talking, rational, practical, goal-oriented, thinking long-term. So that's saving us here, because otherwise Mars and Pluto is pretty explosive combination here. But in this case, it's 9th, 5th house, so your own knowledge, your own expertise. You can be expressing yourself in a very wise manner as authority. You have this good solid reasoning, rational, right? So that's what can help you here, and of course helped by lawyers or by authority figures, and maybe your children even will support you and help you here, or your loved ones. On the 5th, the tension goes down significantly, because Mars passes from fiery and combative Aries into calm, paced, grounded Taurus. Taurus for you is 8th house, and wherever Mars goes, there is actually action and passion and ambitions. So 8th house is about intimate relationships, so you might have this very passionate July because of Mars there. On the other hand, of course, there might be fights with your partner. A lot of action going on in dealing with banks or organizations, government that can support you financially, that you are asking for loans, for scholarships, for investments, for support, right? And last but not least, you can introduce all this passion into dealing with your psychological issues, traumas, emotional outbursts, there might be such. But 8th house also brings us psychologists, astrologers, tarot specialists who can consult us and help us pass through kind of heavy moments in life and heal the traumas. The same day, Mercury goes into Cancer, and on the 18th, Venus as well enters into the sign of Cancer, and that's your 10th house. So very much pleasantly enhanced is your area of work, of social status. So you can be very eloquent and chatty, communicate with others, convince others to get a pay raise, to get a promotion, to achieve a lot, maybe signing some very profitable business contracts, changing the job position, and so on. Venus rules you, and while Venus will be transiting through Cancer, you might feel itsy bitsy more emotional, sensitive, caring, needing love and hug and good food, kind of comfort food, you know. Right, on the 9th, Mercury squares Jupiter. That's a very exciting day, especially mentally. A lot of mental stimulation, communication, thoughts, ideas, optimistic faith in yourself. And we have here 10th and 7th house. So again, it's something related to partners, clients, consultants, and your status, your work. So maybe suddenly a lot of people look for your professional expertise and services, yeah, if you work with clients. Possibly there is a good time for signing a contract. It might be a marriage for some of you. For some of you it might be a divorce, and hence you will start getting the alimony as per Mars in your 8th house. Maybe you're hiring a lawyer who is overly super optimistic, right? So basically status, career and partnerships are enhanced here. On the 13th, we have a full moon at 21 degrees of Capricorn, and that's your 4th house. Especially strongly you will feel it if your IC, the cusp of your 4th house, is around 21st degree of Capricorn. So we have here a culmination of some deals relating to your household, place of living. So maybe you're finally relocating, maybe you finally know where you want to travel, maybe there is a buying or selling property, reunion with family, maybe clarity about something, some secret comes out from your past, from your childhood. Parents told you something important, possibly parent go on to, I don't know, a parent is remarrying or divorcing or going on retirement. The same day we are supported by Venus trining Saturn. Again, 9th, 5th house, great time with children, maybe second husband or wife, second spouse. Great for knowledge, for relocation, traveling and spending pleasurable time with your hobbies, loved one or children. You feel quiet also because Venus is your planet, right? So trining Saturn, you feel very mature, self-confident and reasonable. On the 14th, we have a bit tougher day for you because Venus squares Neptune. Now Neptune is a higher octave of Venus. If Venus is love and pleasure and beauty, Neptune is this unconditional love and compassion and the feeling that we're all united in this immense ocean of emotions, these transcendental feelings. But also a square with Neptune might put you the pink glasses. You might over-idealize things, not seeing things clearly. But on the other hand, you might be very compassionate and romantic. So there are variations. Venus is in your ninth house, talking about education and traveling. Neptune signifies oceans and seas, so maybe you're going somewhere near water to relax, or you're going to some doctor, because Neptune is in your sixth house of work and health. So here, don't get over emotional by some health examinations, because they might be not so clear. Maybe you are holding water in your body, like, you know, I usually have this finger, and my ankles are swollen in hot summer days because I'm retaining water in my body. So maybe something like this. Be careful with liquids, with food poisoning, basically. Maybe it's a great time to go and swim, doing such water aqua sports and exercising for better health and mood, even though you might feel quite sleepy this day. It's possible also travel for work, business trip, for instance. Or you will have to deal with pipes at home, or some leaking, something with liquids at home. Sixth house is problems, problem solving, repairments. Maybe you're building a house near water. That would be great. On the 16th, we have an interesting day. It's when Mercury precisely conjuncts the Sun at 24 degrees of Cancer, and that's your 10th house. Now, we say that this is a Cazimi moment for Mercury, or any planet that it's on a precise till the minute and second conjunction with the Sun, because Sun is the life giver, the light giver. It's the ego, it's the God's illumination, right? So kind of the universe wants to talk to us, and Mercury is the instrument through which the universe can talk. Mercury was called the messenger of the gods. So I live in Bulgaria, and for me, in Eastern European daylight saving time, this precise conjunction happens on the 16th at 10:15 p.m. Okay, so you might want to compare this time with your local time zone, because it's good on this moment, this hour, let's say, to be calm, peaceful, to breathe, to meditate, to release stress, so you can clearly hear your mind, your thoughts. Maybe write down something in your diary, automatic writing, because suddenly you can have this aha moment, this insight, this message from the universe, clarity about something related to 10th house, your career, your status, your future development, your ambitions, your mission in life. It's a very important area of life. Especially if your MC, the cusp of your 10th house, is around the 24th degree of Cancer. Now on the 18th and on the 20th, we have a bit of a tension, tough days of possible revelations, because on the 18th, Mercury opposes Pluto, and on the 20th, Sun opposes Pluto. We might all feel, each of us, separately, like me against the system, yeah, against this government, the court, the business, the bank. And Pluto, of course, it's a very massive planet of tension, passion. It as well magnifies everything, its extremes. In your case, these oppositions happen on the axis 4th, 10th house. So Pluto is in the 4th, talking about restructuring your home environment, place of living, maybe going back to your memories, digging out there something you didn't want to face, some emotions, memories, and so on, in order so you can clearly see your future and progress without any fears and traumas and so on. Maybe it's about some tension between your parents or with your parents. Maybe you want to relocate, maybe you want to travel abroad, and maybe your parents or family are against it. Maybe you are dealing with the fact that you have to go abroad to work, but you need to deal with local authorities for permission to travel, to leave, and so on. That's pretty important, and especially because every opposition is like a full moon. It's a moment of clarity, of culmination. Things get clear whether you continue or you are done. So Mercury opposing Pluto now in the second half of July started with Mercury conjunct Pluto, which happened 3 times. And this is significant. You see, last winter, Mercury was retrograding and he was 3 times passing over Pluto. December 2021, January and February 2022. So if you have planted, seeded something back then, like intention, like plan, like action even, now you might see the results regarding status, work, or place of living, career maybe work from home, maybe opening your own business or selling your property so you can move forward. Right, on the 19th, Mercury goes into Leo, and on the 22nd, the Sun goes into Leo as well, thus activating, illuminating your 11th house of friendships, of social gatherings, events, parties, group activities, hobbies, being a member in some organization, political or NGO or something like that. So it's very pleasant to share, to communicate with other like-minded people. It's very stimulated now area. On the 25th, we have a beautiful day for you, very good one, even too good, too much good, we say sometimes in my country. A bit Saturnian thought is like, too much good is not good. But it's because on the 25th, your ruler Venus, and a very benefic planet, squares Jupiter, another super benefic planet. Is like Aphrodite is meeting Santa Claus, or Venus is like this fairy godmother who is willing to give you the beautiful dress, the good mood, the meeting of your Prince Charming, by the way, because here 10-7 house are involved. It's like the perfect time for engagements or meeting the special other, significant other. Even professionally, you can strike here a pretty profitable deal or find a lot of clients that will stimulate your career, business meetings. You might feel like a superhero, like truly unstoppable. That's the energy of Jupiter. Very generous, very loving, lovable, charming, influential. Maybe your partners here are spoiling you. Maybe there are some important deals and agreements. It's like Venus and Jupiter together. It's like swimming in how it's called, this sugar cotton, I think it's called. Like so sweet, like really a lot of sweet, like a bathtub full of Coca-Cola, for instance, Coke. Okay, on the from the 26th till the 31st, the last days of July, Mercury in your 11th house, going through Leo, squares several planets in Taurus, which is your 8th house. Now, it seems like there is a lot of action happening for you in your 8th house. There is Mars with all this passion and sexuality, but also internally you're like boiling. Maybe there is a rage that you have to deal with, some hidden psychological traumas, fears, rage against some bullies and so on. There is Uranus who wants you to liberate yourself from fears again and traumas, and maybe some astrologer is helping you, or some medium or psychologist, of course. And there is a Rahu, the North Lunar Karmic Node, that talks about future development. In this case, also your future lies with investments, with support by other people, companies or organizations. Because 2nd house is where we work and earn money, but 8th house is collaboration. Is maybe your spouse is buying a house and you also live there, right? Or maybe you start renting your old home and you are getting the rent, and it's like passive income. Also, maybe here it's about a bit risky, crazy ideas for investments, maybe something related to IT technologies, SpaceX projects, cryptocurrency, right? Because Uranus rules astrology and space and technology and science. Rahu here can bring you some very progressively thinking financial analysts and advisors, for example, where to invest money into. Maybe you are meeting some partners who are, almost crazy, like mavericks, because it's very thin line between being crazy and being genius, right? So that's kind of the tension here. Well, Mercury is in the 11th house, yeah, squaring 8th house planets here. So maybe your friends are the ones who are pushing you towards new financial endeavors related to technologies, maybe even a bit of a risk. Here is, of course, good not to jump immediately into something, but be sure you can handle it. Besides this, on the 31st, there you go, this activation of the Saturn-Uranus square, because on the 31st, Mercury in Leo is opposite Saturn in Aquarius, opposition, seesaw. Yeah, we have to find the balance between, again, the friends, the groups, the parties, the doing things together, following the lead of people, and on the other hand is Saturn in Aquarius, 5th house, who is about responsibility towards your children, to your business. Maybe you need time to work alone on something. Maybe it's finding the balance between your future plans and goals, what you want to reach. It's 11th house, yeah, our long-term plans and visions, and 5th house, basically to get pregnant, to have a child, right? But mostly it's between group projects and maybe even self-employment. And it's on the sky, you can see this figure. Yeah, it's like a triangle, but it's called a T-square. So we have this one opposition at the bottom of the triangle, and the energy is expressed through the roof, kind of the top, the apex of the figure. And there is Taurus, 8th house, with all these innovative ideas for common shared finances. So even though Saturn says now, whoa, 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 hold the horses, you're not ready to participate maybe with your friends to open a cafeteria. Maybe you're 5 friends who want to have your own concept of a coffee place, right? But you need investment, you need a business plan, you need advisors, and so on. Maybe you have the inspiration, even though Saturn in the 5th house can a little bit obscure the, darken the joy, the sexuality, the inspiration, and so on. Saturn is about hard work at the end of the day, and be very responsible and mature. So here Saturn is reigning your inner child. Still, it may be about children as well. Remember, the resolution might come not now at the end of July, but already in the autumn or after the autumn. On the 28th, we have a new moon at 5 degrees of Leo, and that is your 11th house. So you are about to meet new friends, join some new groups, attend new social gatherings, communicate a lot, maybe share your ideas, maybe find supporters and like-minded people. This new moon is conjunct the asteroid Ceres that talks about motherhood and care, nurturing. Maybe it's gonna be some food events, and it trines Jupiter that gives this new moon optimism that, wow, what a cool people, I want to hang out with them. Or, oh, they see me as the leader, as the guru, as the wise person, as the authority, right? So maybe you are opening a blog in internet. Uranus as well in 8th house might mean income from social media, IT technologies and internet. So maybe you are meeting plenty of people like this. From the 26th to the 1st of August, so 26th of July to 1st of August, the attention of the universe is towards Jupiter because he is stationed, he is stopped on the sky, ready, preparing to turn retrograde, to go backwards. So in the public space, it might be about trials, about the war because it's in Aries, about justice, travels. In your case specifically, 7th house. So your focus is on your partnerships. Maybe your partners are so generous, they support you in any way they can. Maybe you're traveling with your partners. Maybe you're meeting people from abroad, different cultures who can teach you so much. As well, yeah, Jupiter rules your 3rd and 6th house. So also you are thinking, rethinking your kind of circle of communication, your friends, your family, travels, your vehicle, studies. Maybe you're meeting someone on a course while you study. And yeah, also Jupiter rules your 6th house, which is about work, health, and daily routine, work-life balance, maybe, right? So all these things are on the spotlight for you at the end of the month. You see, it's pretty intense at the end of the month of July. Thank you, my dears, for watching, liking, sharing my videos, for subscribing to my channel, which really helps me grow professionally. I always leave below in the description of the video personal contacts if you are interested in astrological or tarot consultation. I wish you a wonderful, lovely, pleasant, beautiful month of July. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.